record. Okay. Now, Julie, I will give you back the hosting. If I can find it more and make host.
Here's the Christmas.
Yes. So, Julie, you're the host. And
Cheers, brother.
All very, very welcome to this almost, you could say, rather tragic kind of Christmas event when we should be in town. But, you know, apologies again, look, for last minute changes. Certainly, look, I was deeply disappointed last night to learn that the chap that my son's best buddy and co-band member, who had ate with us on Saturday night and Sunday night, actually had come down with COVID. And so we've been laughing and chatting and all, and it was just too dodgy for me. I would have felt too responsible if any of you guys got COVID and had to isolate for Christmas and everything like that. So far, so good. I'm doing the antigen test. I've treated him as being kind of a household person. And so the antigen test by myself and my wife are fine, and we're isolating from our son. So he's in one half of the house and we're in the other. So look, as I said, grab yourselves a glass of wine or a pint of Guinness, whatever is your tipple. And, you know, we will proceed with our awards ceremony tonight. Maybe not everybody has won awards, but, you know, you all are just amazing group of people to work with. And one of the things that we do as facilitators in our meetings is that we actually share once a month about our favorite member. And that's been really interesting because we've been actually getting to learn a little bit about all of you that little bit more. So tonight, I'm actually going to hand over to Peter Turley. Peter has joined us this year as a facilitator. You might remember, if you were here last year, that Peter was our MC for the evening, and he's much better at it than I am. So I'm very happy to hand over to him. Peter, though, this year has actually started off a new business, and he's heading up the venture called Sell Squared. And so what I would ask you to do is do whatever you can maybe to get Peter off to a great start, as he's just launched that just in recent times. It is a development program from Allen Training Centers in the States, and it's all about training and developing the leaders, etc. We're going to have our awards tonight. As I said, we didn't get to bring David Wheelahan in here to distribute the wines in time and things like that, so I'm afraid you're going to have to grab your own. David actually said to me at one point, he was trying to discover what my taste was, and I had tried every single different type of price point and wine type and everything. But anyway, I was drinking one last week and I found one that was my taste. And I looked it up, and it was one of the cheapest wines I've ever got from David. It was 15 euros. So I will put it in the chat later on, and maybe you can have a look at it. It's Chateau Bouchon Côte du Vin Grand Reserve. But anyway, John Malloy has a great tip for later on too. We might share that around.
Interesting point on that, PJ. The content of the bottle changes in quality, but the cost of the bottle and the cork and the transportation does not. So 3 or 4 euros of difference in the bottle of wine can make a big difference to the quality of the wine.
Yeah, it's a 15 euro bottle of wine, that, and I just thought it was a 30 euro bottle.
I think you're very posh, PJ. If the cheapest bottle of wine you ever bought was 15 euro. I bought a lot cheaper than that.
I bought a lot cheaper than that. I said in David's. Anyway, look, tonight we're going to have what we call the Calibre Awards, and that is to the members who reflect most of what Calibre is about. It's a way of communicating our values, and you might have heard some of me talk about it. You see there, Calibre in the background, what it is. Okay, that's the American spelling, but we're going to deal with it tonight. I'm reminded by it every time I look at the screen because it's there behind me all the time. So Peter is going to take us through that. And Peter, away you go. It's a pity. I know some of our members who are supposed to join us are not here, but I will bring over their awards and we'll see if we can see them. You know, they'll know they're gone. And I deliver them in person, and we do a photograph later on. Okay, Peter.
Right. Well, okay, great. So each award, well, anyway, nice to see everybody before I get stuck in. What I'm going to do is each award is named after one of the letters in Calibre. All right. So we were going to start with C, which is the Community Award, the Community Patron Award, but the recipient isn't here yet. So I think we'll come back to that at the end, PJ, and see if he's here. How about that? That
Okay.
makes sense? Yeah. So the second award, which is the A, is the Community Award for Accountability. And this is the fact that when you come to the tab board, as PJ has written there, your feet are held to the fire once a month, and you have to perform. You know, it's as they say, shit or get off the pot at that point in time, and you're accountable to the whole room. So, but the most important person to be accountable to is yourself. And everybody works, while we work together, we have to be accountable to ourselves. So the winner of this one this year, when it comes to accountability, is actually the winner of the Best Tab Business Plan Award. Okay. By the way, I don't know whether you guys have been told who's winning what. Okay. So you're going to have to make a speech, whether you've got one prepared or not. Right. So the winner of the Best Business Plan Award for 2021 is Frank Smith. In actual fact, he's not here either.
And Frank,
No, he is. No, he's represented by Lorraine, who is here.
Hello.
In the bottom right-hand corner.
How are you?
And Lorraine was very much involved in putting all of this together and bounced back.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, Lorraine.
You
So
too.
tell us about Peter. Tell us what you've got about them.
Okay.
Lorraine.
So what I've got here is, if you want diggers or dumpers or demolition equipment of any sort, the market leaders in supply and service of mobile plant and demolition equipment is FJS Plant in Naas, just down the road. It's down the road from who? So that's Lorraine is here to collect that on behalf of Frank. And yeah, so have you got your speech ready there, Lorraine?
I do. You forgot the tractors.
All right.
And the lawnmowers.
And the lawnmowers, yeah. So we're an all-rounder now. We're absolutely delighted to take this award tonight. It's brilliant. There's been a lot of work in the company. We've all been 100% behind Frank and the vision of the company to move forward. It's a great achievement to get where we are today. And going forward, we're going to burst on and burst it through and make it bigger and better.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you, Lorraine. PJ, will you do the honors?
Well, as I said, this is the award, so I'll have to present it virtually to you. And
thank you very much.
Okay, a big round of applause, everybody.
Thank you. Well, I have to say, without Pat and all his help, in fairness, he has been a great advocate to us. So we continue to grow with him as well as ourselves.
It's certainly a very, I know I was on the website and it's very impressive because, you know, as a kid growing up on a farm, you always wanted to play with this machinery, you know, and there you can see it in video. And it's really all of that great construction and farming stuff. So well done.
It is.
Peter.
Thank you.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, number two, well, no, number three in the letter, number two for now, is the letter L, which stands for lifelong learning. And, you know, while everything is changing, especially in the last, geez, we're nearly 2 years in COVID, guys, can you believe it? The next award winner has been a lifelong learner and has been on his TAB board as a founding member in TAB in Ireland. Not alone that, but in a world where lockdown and self-isolation are the most common new words, this member has taken the TAB lesson, once you have buckled down, to go on the offense and not the defense. What does that look like when the most trusted thing you ever do is to hand over your hard-earned cash to someone else? How do you win new clients in that business where you can't even meet them to generate trust in the way that we have done it for so many years? This member has gone out and sought people who think like us, who act like us, who believe in what we believe, to be their trusted monetary advisor from the start of your work until the end of your life, and with some of the most competitive rates in the market. Not only that, he has gone out and acquired 2 more pension brokers this year. We're not supposed to tell you that, it's secret, right? But it's on the way. And they are the brokers who've distanced themselves from organizations where there were conflicts of interest, when Davy refused to deal with a crowd called Dolphin Trust. So not alone does he learn, he practices the learning, and our head learner for this year is a man who knows more than anybody how to do deals. And the biggest and most important thing he's done this evening with the Wordell is he's gone and found a light, so now we can see him. So if you could please step forward and take your award for Lifelong Learner and Deal of the Year, John Malloy of Orca Financial.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
John.
Thanks a million. I found the light. I did. I found the blue light.
Have you got your bicycle light on the table there? Is it?
I have my mountain bike in there. I was doing a tour around after a TAB meeting today. With once it finished up a little early, I got on the bike and went up to Ticknock and Kilmashop. So I ended up with blue light on the mid-hand. So I said I'd link in to say happy Christmas to everyone, and thank you very much, guys, for that award. Much appreciated. And thank you, PJ. Thank you, Peter, and thank you to everybody.
Very welcome.
There you go.
But you deserved it, John.
Thanks, guys.
You didn't lick it off the stones. Very good.
Sorry about my casualness up here and the biking gear on the top of the mountains looking out over the city, but it was too nice a night not to get out on the bike.
Oh, well, in that case, John, you'll have to put the camera back and we'll do the final L for the evening, and we'll see John Malloy, ladies and gentlemen, in Lycra.
No, it's mountain bike gear. I don't do the PJ stuff. This is proper gear.
Fair enough.
Not proper gear.
I was going through forests, skipping away from deer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All
well,
right.
listen, thank you very much, guys. Very honoured to get it. Thanks a million. Really appreciate it. And it's been a tough year for a lot of people. We were lucky enough that we were pretty much prepared IT wise to be able to trade fairly quickly when lockdown happened in March 2020, and we found ourselves a lot more prepared than we actually realised we were. And we got on with it, and we had a relatively good year last year. We had an equally good year this year. And listen, I'm very honoured to receive that award. Thank you very much to everyone. Thank you.
Well done, John. Now, the fourth award is, third award for now, but the fourth letter is I for innovation. And really and truly, innovation is the secret to creating wealth, a better society, and a better world. The member who has won the Innovation Award has been at the forefront of innovation in the last couple of years, and not just locally, but in fact, globally. Radical, disruptive, are just some of the words that we would give to this business. COVID has been incredibly positive for anybody involved in radical innovation, but really, especially for this company. Two of Ireland's largest fundraisings in the last year were a crowd called Let's Get Checked, and this TAB member accounted for 50% of all the fundraising in Ireland in the last year. This business finds and accelerates winners by lending them money to market and procure their winning product lines and make them go even faster. Starting with, get this, guys, starting with 0 customers in May 2020. What is that? 18 months, if even, right? They now lend $75 million a month. And that has catapulted them in that time frame into what's written down here as unicorn status. They now have staff located on 3 continents, and their mission is to become the driving force behind global e-commerce. They currently solve 2 of the main problems facing all e-commerce entrepreneurs: providing the funds to grow faster, and actually the insights of how to use that funding in a smarter way to speed up growth. And considering they've only just started and have been able to do that, how quickly will they be able to help and advise their customers to grow? So it is our great pleasure not only to recognize the achievements of Wayflyer and co-founder and CEO Aidan Corbett, but also to award Aidan the first and perhaps the only ever Tab Unicorn Award. He's not here at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, but give a round of applause for Aidan.
Not sure where he is. He was due to be here, but anyway, we'll present it to him later.
I'm just going to read that again. 0 customers in May 2020 to now lending 75 million a month. That's got to be, I mean, there can't be many of the long-term banks in this country lending that out a month. That's quite staggering. Quite staggering. Okay, so the next letter is B for belief, because we are passionate about changing businesses, communities, and everyone's lives for the better. Conflict, interpersonal war. There is nothing so wonderful and so difficult as dealing with people. Actually, that's one we talked about before. How often do you guys get in the car to go home at the end of the day's work and say, Jesus, I was running a crash for the day, right? It'll wreck your head, won't it? So did you know that over 50,000 calls per year are made to the info line of the Workplace Relations Commission? They process over 8,000 individual complaints and carry out over 5,000 workplace inspections annually. Imagine, from just £10 per month per employee, you could be on the path to get rid of that headache. Is this an award or an advertisement, PJ? Now that it is changing lives for the better for everyone involved, I know that many of you out there have already discovered our next award-winning member. Another one from 0 to 1.2 million recurring revenue on a shoestring over the past 18 months. So again, starting at the same time as Aidan. HR Duo, they have HR Duo have some amazing software and an incredible team that automates and enables you to delegate and eliminate all your HR headaches. Not alone are they changing lives, but they're currently fundraising for an assault on the UK market. It is with great pleasure that we present an award that we give to the member who has the greatest potential to use their momentum to break free from the gravity of the earth and shoot for the stars. Last year's winner was Wayflyer, and look what they've done in the last 12 months. And we are eagerly anticipating what will happen for this winner in the next 12 months. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jerome Ford of HR Duo, the Tab Rocket Award of 2021.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't think there's a word I can add to that. I didn't even recognize myself at the very beginning of that. But thank you. We've had a good year. We've had a good COVID. We're very excited about the next 12 months, and we believe that we're onto something. So the next 12 months will hopefully be worth watching. And I thank the patience of my Tab board for the last year in listening to me telling them the same story over and over again as they refined my thinking and refined my planning and refined where I was going. So thank you very much, guys, and a very happy Christmas.
Congratulations, Jerome. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Excellent. Now, the fifth letter in Calibre is R for respect. And that is what everybody in TAB aims to have in all our interactions with colleagues and members. So, as a special thank you to all of our members who have passed their 5-year membership with TAB, and the list is growing each year, actually, but each person who celebrates 5 years with TAB this year is a winner in their own right. So celebrating the 5-year milestone of TAB membership this year are awesome lawyer and community patron award winner Kirby Tarrant of Clarkhill Solicitors. Is he here yet?
He's not here yet.
Not here yet. Okay.
That deal. Sorry, that's the other way around. Let's get it the right way around.
Excellent. Number 2 on the 5-year list, a gentleman who has always been ahead of his time, a lifelong pioneer of all things green and care to the environment, Mr. Brendan Palmer of Electronic Recycling has been recycling electronics since before there were even electronics. And his latest venture is to take waste electrical into to turn waste electrical into woodland trees with his We to Tree concept. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Brendan Palmer.
Hey.
Well, I'm completely taken by surprise. I wasn't really expecting anything like that. But well, obviously delighted to have something recognized after a short number of years in business, like 40 something, 8. And really happy that you've recognized the We to Tree project. We're not actually turning we into trees. The concept is to encourage our customers to contribute to their carbon footprint, and the funds will be spent to build native woodlands rather than forests, biodiversity for use as public recreation areas. Yeah, well, thank you for that. I am sitting here gobsmacked.
It's unusual for Brendan to be short of a few words.
That's for sure. Well done, Brendan. Now, at number 3 in the 5-year, computers, phones, any kind of technology. What did they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But what the hell do you do when it is broke? Well, you call Gary Byrne of Gary's Repairs. They do the repairs that the others won't. They have a pickup service, and you can even drop off at any of their pickup points. So that's 5 years for Mr. Gary Byrne.
Gary should be here, but Gary is not here. But we'll say when my son was very young, he got this penchant for really old technology, and he recovered I think it was a Casio something or other from a dump, and he wanted to repair it. So it was my job as dad to go repair it, and I did, and I found Gary, and that must have been about 15 years ago. So he's been doing this for a long time, but it's really only in the last 12 months that he's really started to accelerate, because he was keeping his business going on contracting and things like that. And now he's staff in his depots, and he's really, really busy. That's maybe why he's not here tonight. So well done to Gary.
Now, so number 4 in the 5-year group is a business, a multiple award-winning business, and including the SIMI, that's the Society of the Irish Motor Industry, 2020 Commercial Vehicle Operator of the Year. It's a one-stop shop for people with all commercial vehicles for hire, repair, test, and that is Mr. Paul Cook of Rathcoole Commercials?
I'll have to get you to go off silent because you're all on silent, so we can't hear the clap. Okay, Frank. Frank.
Paul is one of my members. He's a great guy to work with. We started working together about 5 years ago. In that time, he's grown his business from always had a DOE centre and a commercial repair garage. He has added on a van hire business, and he went from, in the past 4 years, he went from 0 to 100 vehicles. And he aims to get 250 vehicles within the next 2 years. Paul's ambition is to get away from the business, let somebody else run it, and he'll just sit there and direct things from what basically wants to do what we all ask our members to do. He wants to sort of get somebody else to run the business. He recognizes where his shortcomings are, and he has no problem employing somebody to do a job if he thinks they're better than him. So I'm delighted to accept this award on behalf of Paul, and I look forward to giving it to him next time I see him, whenever that would be. Okay.
Fair play, fair play. Now, number 5 in the group of 5 years is your global partner for freight, fulfillment, e-commerce, and distribution. Working with everyone from startups and established brands all over the globe, TBM Solutions have the solution you need. So please give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for co-founder and tab member, Mr. Ed Corkery.
Hey.
Well done. So I suppose I have to talk again, do I?
You got to talk again.
Ed, I started working with Ed about 5-6 years ago, and he had a business called Sounds Direct. And if you were to define what Ed's business was, if you wanted to buy something for your Apple device, you bought it from Ed. He didn't sell you the Apple phone, but he sold you the earplugs and everything else to go with it. He has subsequently built his business. He now has about 75-80% of his business is based in the UK. He is VAT registered in something about 15 countries throughout Europe. So he can sort of, if you want to buy sort of your widget in Warsaw, Ed can supply it and he can charge the VAT locally. He's obviously had his challenges with Brexit, but he's managed to overcome those. So delighted again. I'll pass that on to Ed whenever I see him. Thank you.
Very, very impressive operation, I've got to say, you know, and really the powering the e-commerce world. Peter.
Now, so the last member this year in the 5-year milestone spends their time keeping the world clean. This is a service that in the last 18 months, 20 months has never been more important. And from all the way in Mullingar, we have the experts in hygiene and pest control, Canor Limited, and we are awarding to Mr. Oliver Foley for passing the 5 years.
Oliver Foley, congratulations to Oliver.
Oliver's my guy, and unfortunately Oliver's not here. Thank you, folks. Oliver's a lovely business. His daughter's starting in the business next month, and he's built that business from nothing, and has a lovely team of people working with him. They give outstanding customer service. They're very attentive, and they have a fantastic, simple but very effective way of dealing with their products. And they have an unrivaled knowledge of what they sell, which is quite complex, in fact, and have educated me and everybody they work with in terms of passionate belief in the importance of simply cleaning things properly. So they're an extraordinary business, and I'm thrilled to be working with them. So on their behalf, I thank you for that award.
Excellent, excellent. Now, so that's the 5-year awards. Now, this is a very important one for my philosophy in everything to do with business, and that is the 6th letter of our Calibre, which is E. And that stands for excellence in everything that we do. And excellence is something that certainly I do, and I hope that everybody in TAB is striving to achieve at all times. And you know what? There's many members who are excellent, which made it this year incredibly difficult to pick one person to stand out. But this year, what we decided to do was not make it personal on the tab side, but to do it based on the scores of the customers. So not because we say so. So when we took a look at this, there were, and this is some statistic, guys, 19 tab members who have perfect scores of 5 on their Google reviews. 19. That's unheard of. So why do we pick just one? Well, for a start, we looked at the numbers, and it's not easy to fake 492 5-star ratings. So when we looked at the competitive set and figured out the landscape of scores, these were the ones that stood out. So did you know that 40% of all millennials have a tattoo? And that 80% of them are looking forward to their next one. When retail was going down the you-know-what, this member stood up, went on the offense, and capitalized on the opportunity, opening 2 new retail stores during lockdown. One in the square in Tala and the other in the Jervis shopping centre. And throughout all of that, they've still managed to score a perfect 5 across each and every branch, even the new ones. So this award goes to Eve, who hails from Moscow, but has made Ireland her home, along with her partners, Rob and Tom. The Tab Excellence Award of 2021 goes to Pierced.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys. I thought like it sounds like us, but like I thought we were in a competitive space with someone else. Thank you so much, guys. It's been a pleasure. And like as a Tab community, we learned so much. And within a short period of time, it's been like phenomenal growth just to be able to work on the business and look on your business from the side and not to take it personally. So I'm so grateful to PJ to manage like our board, to host the board, and all the effort that gets into that gives us a lot of hope that we can grow and we can do better. And to be, it's an honor to have a business in Ireland. So, and I have 2 brilliant partners, Rob and Tom, and 3 of us just make things happen. Thank you so much, PJ. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Peter.
Congratulations.
Well done, Eve. Now, it says here, finally, but it's not, because we have to go back and do the first one again later. But anyway, for the last of the Calibre awards, according to this, there must be one firm, one member who embodies almost all of the facets of Calibre. So this member, we're getting the next award, PJ says, is a great member because they are thoughtful about their personal vision and what they do and why they do it. They are a small company, but they are creating a fabulous company vision together with all of their board. They are very young in a marketplace of older global brands, but they are attracting talent away from the bigger companies. They are growing their brand by pitching to the giants to be number 2, and then with the foot in the door, proving they can be number 1. They are a great member of the community. They participate fully, assist, and do all the things that you want a great Tab board member to do. They even completed all their challenges and opportunities in advance of all their meetings on Tab Connect, respecting the use of everyone else's time at meetings. They are innovative in adopting new technologies way ahead of the mainstream in their industry. And when you deal with figures that are big ticket, you want a professional of real caliber to represent and advise you when they also embody all the values of Calibre. We are very proud to announce that the Teacher's Pet Member of the Year for 2021 is Mr. Declan Bagnall, MD and co-founder of Bagnall Doyle McMahon, or as we know them better, BDM Property Consultants and Real Estate Agents. For the overall TAB Member of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Declan Bagnall.
Hey.
Thanks very much, guys. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to possibly come up with one of the letters, but yeah, I think it's great that you can win the Teacher's Pet Award in this environment. You don't even have to give the teacher an apple. I'll give you a virtual apple.
Oh, that's for Brian.
Yeah, I'm not sure I was fully being consideration of other people's time. I tend to interrupt them quite a lot, but there we are. Peter, you weren't privy to that. No, listen, I really appreciate it. I think the board has helped me in a huge amount just to kind of get a clear vision, as Peter allayed to there. It's been a great journey. It's been a difficult period in our sector. Obviously, being a small business, we depend very much on personal relationship and contacts and meetings, which has been somewhat curtailed. But it's been a bit of a roller coaster, which I enjoy anyway. So looking forward to next year, and hopefully we can fully capitalize on the process we put in place in the last 18 months. We have staff members here that hardly know each other, so looking to change that too. So listen, really appreciate it. Thanks very much. I didn't recognize myself for a while there, Peter. I think you might have done me too much service. Thanks to PJ and Brian, obviously, who have helped me out throughout the year, and tip of the cap to Martin, who was my coach and mentor before Brian took over. So yeah, thanks very much, guys. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to getting the award and stick it up on the mantelpiece here.
Good stuff. Well done.
Very good, very good. Thanks, Declan. Now we're going back to the start to see which was the Community Patron Award. We were hoping that the recipient might turn up in the meantime. But the member that has consistently shown tremendous support to the community of TAB members around them, and as well as that, the person that really does their profession proud. According to one of the other members, he is the most courteous professional that gives great advice in a way that I have never experienced in all of my life of dealing with lawyers. He is simply outstanding. We are delighted that even a big firm like Clark Hill can have the personal and intimate touch. Clark Hill are one of Ireland's fastest growing law firms and have offices all over the USA and have specialism in areas most of us have never even heard of, as well as being a great all-round local firm. And the Community Patron Award this year is for Kirby Tarrant of Clark Hill Solicitors. We give him a round of applause. This will be on the recording. Now, that concludes the first part of the evening, which is the awards ceremony. And, you know, there's an old phrase, to quote one of PJ's timeless principles. Well, it's probably not one of them that's in the book, but they always say you become the average of the 5 people that you hang around with most. And by God, how in the name of God could you pick which 5 that have been on that list to hang around with the most? I know I'd find it very difficult to find which ones to hang around with and learn from. So I'm going to be hopping from one group of 5 to another group of 5 to another group of 5 next year. So I look forward to seeing you all while we're doing that. So that's the awards side done. PJ, what's next on the agenda?
Well, I'm going to stop the recording here now.